All right, let's jump right in. We're here for a crucial security briefing on a threat that weaponizes the one thing your business is built on: trust. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is a very real, present-day threat, and it's not about what could happen, it's about what's happening right now. To really understand what's at stake, let's start with a real-world story. This isn't a hypothetical situation. It's a case that shows just how easily our own senses, our own eyes and ears, can be turned against us. So picture this. It's 2019. An executive at a UK energy company gets a phone call. The voice on the other end? It's his boss, the CEO of their German parent company. He recognizes it instantly. It's completely familiar, right down to that slight German accent and the specific way he talks. He's told to make an urgent wire transfer to a supplier. And because that voice was so incredibly convincing, he did exactly what he was told. He sent the money, over 243,000 US dollars. Within an hour, it was all gone. So what was the technology behind this corporate heist? It's called a deepfake. In short, it's a powerful kind of artificial intelligence that creates hyper-realistic forgeries of a person's voice, their face, you name it, making it look and sound like they did or said something they never actually did. So how on earth can a voice be cloned so perfectly? Let's pull back the curtain and look at how this technology actually works under the hood. It really boils down to a three-stage process. First, the AI trains. It basically vacuums up every bit of public data it can find on a target. Think about your own CEO, every earnings call, every interview, every presentation. Then it generates a synthetic clone from all that data. And finally, that clone can be used in real time, dropped right into a live phone call or a video meeting. And we're not talking about simple audio editing software here. The engine driving this is a really sophisticated AI system. In many cases, one part of the AI is creating the fake, while another part is trying to detect it. They go back and forth against each other thousands of times, making the forgery better and better until it's virtually perfect. Now that this technology is becoming more and more accessible, it has absolutely been weaponized. And it's creating entirely new ways for criminals to attack your organization's money, your data, and your reputation. So what does that look like? Well, attackers are using deepfakes for CEO fraud, just like in the story we started with. But they're also using it to supercharge old scams, like adding a quick, convincing voice call to a phishing email to make it seem legit. They can even use it to try and fool biometric security, or release a fake video of an executive to tank your stock price. And believe me, the scale of these attacks is escalating like you wouldn't believe. Take a look at this recent case. A finance worker in Hong Kong gets on a video call with who he thinks are senior leaders from his company. But it wasn't just one deepfake. It was everyone else on the call. Every single person was a fake. The result? A staggering loss of $25 million. Now, the threat isn't just about direct financial hits. It goes way deeper, into really damaging attacks on reputation. This technology is being used for corporate blackmail, for defamation, often targeting key executives. And it's critical to understand just how this technology is mostly used out in the wild. A study found that 96% of deepfake videos online were non-consensual pornography. That's a tactic that can be easily repurposed to destroy a career or manipulate a company. Okay, so how do we start to fight back? Well, the first step is learning how to spot the imposter. As good as this technology is getting, it is not perfect, and it often leaves behind tiny little clues that can give it away. You have to pay really close attention to the small details in a video. Look for weird blinking patterns. Are they blinking way too much or not at all? Check out the skin texture. Does it look a little too smooth, almost airbrushed? Look for lighting that doesn't feel right, especially strange reflections in someone's glasses. And poor lip syncing, of course, is a massive red flag. But here's the thing. Your most powerful tool isn't just technology. It's critical thinking. AI can fake a voice or a face, but it's a lot harder to fake context. You have to train your team to ask those tough questions about any unusual or urgent request. Does this actually make sense? Is this how we normally do things? And who really benefits if I go through with this? Building a solid defense means going beyond just spotting the fakes. You need a strategy with multiple layers, one that strengthens your processes, your tech, and most importantly, your people. First up, governance. You have to establish ironclad written procedures for any high-risk action, like a big money transfer. Any sensitive request must be confirmed using something called out-of-band verification. It sounds fancy, but all it means is using a different, trusted way to communicate, like picking up the phone and calling a number you know is legit to confirm the request is real. Second, you need to shore up your technical defenses. This means using modern, phishing-resistant multi-factor authentication. It means actively monitoring your networks for anything that looks out of place. And your system should be able to flag when someone joins a video call using a virtual camera, which is a common tool for pulling off these attacks. And finally, and I really can't stress this enough, you have to invest in your people. The human layer is your most critical line of defense. Because these attacks are designed to exploit human trust, having an educated, empowered team that feels safe to question any request is your single greatest security asset. Full stop. So here it is. This is the simple 3-step plan every single employee needs to have burned into their memory. Number 1, stop. Doesn't matter how urgent or authentic it seems, just pause. Number 2, question. Use that critical thinking. And number 3, verify. Confirm the request through a trusted, separate channel before you do anything. Stop, question, verify. You know, at the end of the day, deepfakes don't just hack computer systems. They hack our fundamental trust in what we see and hear. Your security perimeter isn't just your firewall anymore. The new perimeter is the critical thinking of every person on your team and the strength of the trust your business is built on. So the question I'll leave you with is this: how secure is it really?